Hi, welcome to Scott Shaves. It's been a couple days since I've been back, and you know what? I've just been crazy busy. Working 6, even sometimes 7 days a week, and long hours. It's finally starting to wind down for me. I'm about 3 weeks out from being done from working 6 and 7 days a week. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I'm saying? But today, I do have a special shave for you. So what I have here, this is the base for an automatic Vibro Shaver, okay? I will say I do believe that it follows very closely to that of a style, or Stolly. I do have a Stolly here, because I'm not gonna lie, this is actually very reminiscent of a Stolly head. It's like a type screw type bar on here. So I'm hoping that it's really close to that type of shave, because a Stolly head can be fitted upon a Gillette Tech type thing to make a Franken razor, and the heads actually use a mild, fantastic shave. They use a standard DE blade. They're not, this one has a rather good hold here. It's got a round with the bar peg on the end of it to hold it. And that actually screws onto the, can you hear that? I'm going to use a vibrato razor, okay? This was $5. If you see that, this was $5 back in the day. I'm not entirely for sure the brand on this, but like I said, this head is a made in USA. It has some patent numbers on it. You know, other patent numbers on the package is what it says. But this is very much like a Stolly, okay? So I do believe that this is some sort of after Stolly, during Stolly, so on and so forth, the big metal-handled vibrating razors, okay? As you can see, it goes on there quite good. So let's go ahead and loosen this up and get this loaded up with a DE blade for trials, okay? So one thing that has occurred to me, because I like to watch YouTube. I'm a rather avid YouTube watcher of different types of things, between my buddy over at Subi Shaves, watching Matt over on Razor Emporium, and stuff like that, that it occurs to me that sometimes having a short and sweet video is better than having these big, long, 15, 20 minute plus videos. So what I'm going to try to do as a content creator, keeping the raw and unedited, because I fully believe in having raw and unedited. Oh, that's rather weird. How does it screw on perfect the first time and then way janky the second time? Well, that ain't gonna work. That makes absolutely no sense. Why would it do that? I don't know. Let's take 2 on that regard. Let's see if it'll. But my goal is to try to start getting. I mean, it's pretty tight. I guess we're gonna just leave it at that. I can actually turn the mechanism to make sure it still works. Okay, it's still working. So I'm going to try to make my videos somewhere in the 10 to 12 minute range. That's what I'm going to start shooting for. Because I feel like I'm getting views, right? We're not getting a ton of views. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed to me. But one of the things I want to do is I want to try to make them shorter, because maybe that's what people are looking for, right? Because that's why TikTok has been such a success, is for the fact that the videos are much shorter. And in some instances, they're raw and unedited. I'm sorry, but you're not going to see any wardrobe malfunctions here on mine, or anything slip of this or slip of that, all right? But one of the things I did do before I did bring this in here is I cleaned this. Look at the mere finish I was managed to get on that. My cleaning video of all my videos happens to be my most successful thus far. So I've been trying to think of, what are maybe some other type videos that maybe you guys are willing to see or wanting to see more than just a person shaving, right? And the thing about it, I got some ideas, some tricks up my sleeve, maybe. Maybe we'll do some stuff, okay? The Den Tour is one that I know a lot of people are bugging me about. But what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to go with a trace of my past. Here's soaps. I have other soaps, but I want to make this quick And I'm going to break out some other news for you. She actually, Tracy over there at A Trace of the Past, has made a Fruit Loop soap. And boy, oh boy, am I ready for that. I'm telling you, I have a Fruit Loops regular soap from her that I purchased, just a regular type bar soap. And oh my God, it smells amazing. So I contacted Tracy and said, hey, could I maybe collab with you to get you to make some Fruit Loops soap? And her response was, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you what right now, oh boy, am I looking forward to that. It is in its way on the mail here, and I cannot wait. As you can see, I get a good lather with this soap every time. Tracy's soap produces a light, fluffy lather. It's very slick. I much appreciate it. I think me and my buddy over, Josh at Vibro Shaves, are going to be having to make a Ronson collab video. Finally got himself a Ronson razor, and boy oh boy, can I only imagine the type of blade hacks you can be doing for that thing, right? You saw mine with my DE if you managed to watch it, and I love it. So let's go ahead, give this Vibro razor a good couple twists here. And now how you use it is you push this button down to get it to vibrate. It's not much a different concept than that of a Gillette Fusion vibrating razor. I remember having one of those when I was like 16, and I thought that thing was like the bee's knees, right? Well, here goes nothing. Hopefully it doesn't kind of like a fish scaler and cut my face off. But hey, you know what? That's part of why you do reviews on razors, right? Okay. So, it is a rather smooth shave. Has no blade feel, like, at all, actually. Has no blade feel, so I guess we will have to see after the first couple passes what it feels like. I will say the head has really good channels for getting the lather away from the face and so on and so forth. I'm going to just crank this again just to make sure. And what's actually counterintuitive about this is you have to turn it counterclockwise in order to get it to wind, all right? And the reason I say it's counterintuitive is typically it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So most of the time when you're winding something up, you're turning it to the right. Not this thing. So I had 2 days growth on me here. So far so good, I suppose. It has no blade feel. This thing is like silly smooth, and I don't know if it has a new Vashkod blade in it, which is a rather mild blade. But I feel like the vibrating is helping with like manipulating your skin or something. Because this has a hell of a vibrator. And I'll tell you what, the vibrating mechanism within this thing, I can feel it. I can feel it on my face, and I feel like it's shaking my face or vibrating my face enough to actually like keep it from feeling aggressive. You know what I mean? Because because there I can feel it, but when it's vibrating, I can't feel it, guys. So I'm actually really impressed with this. I will say this giant handle is kind of, because the one thing I have to do is when I'm holding, I got to make sure that I have a gap, because if I don't have a gap, the thing won't spin, because as it vibrates, this unwinds itself. All right. Let's complete this first pass here so we can move on to the second pass. Yeah, it is really strange. Some part of it too is this rounded head having those like screw-like thing allows it to glide real easy, but having this very rounded solid closed comb bar there lets these stolly head just glide across your face. And then when you add that and couple that with vibrating, I can see, okay, so not the closest of first passes that I have ever received or gotten, but I'll tell you what, it is very mild. Alright, so it didn't do her the crap along my face here. The handle's just so oblong. Trying to get it in here along your mustache area and under your nose really is kind of a pain in the butt. You know, so what I typically do for that, I either get out my leaf twig or Lady Eversharp, right? So let's go ahead and get my face all wet here. Get a second thing and do our second against the grain pass. Get lathered up here and give it a go and see how close we get. How good of a shave we can get out of it as a 2-pass, all right? I will say on the first pass, really mild, ultra mild, but not necessarily the closest first pass that I've ever had, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's go ahead, get my razor warmed up here, get it wound up too. I'll tell you, the more I've used this thing, the more it actually allows me to wind it better. Same with going against the grain. Incredibly smooth. It's so weird, man. I don't even feel like I'm really getting it. You know what I'm saying? It just... Alright, well, let's go ahead and give that a clean off. Crap, we're at the 12-minute mark, so I guess screwing around with the head there for a couple minutes trying to figure out what the heck was going on kind of hosed me. So, apologize on this one. I can see myself. I did get myself with some cuts on this dang thing. It's just so weird. Some sound effects of this razor. I'm telling you, she is. It is definitely different. Okay, so let me get cleaned up here. Let's get the Lady Eversharp out to do its job. Along my nose up here. Alright, so, impressions of this razor. Well, it's really, really smooth. The vibrating effect, along with the rounded curl bar and closed comb of it, lend itself to be a very, very smooth shave. Now, is it a baby smooth? No, not really. It's not the worst second pass I've had. But it's definitely one that will require me to shave again tomorrow. So, given that, what do I think? The handle is oblong, all right? The vibrating keeps it rather mild and making it feel mild. So, in that regard, it's really good. It's super mild, you know, but it's hard to hold on to. And I'm someone who has rather large hands. And even this thing, I mean, you look, it's big, especially with having to hold it backwards, because if you do not, this, as you can see, winds, and with that winding, gets in your way if you grab it the wrong way, okay? So, not a bad shave, not the best shave in the world that I've had, but it's not bad, okay? Touch up here with some of the spots I missed with the Eversharp. Can't go wrong. It's really good for tight places and so on and so forth. So, thank you all for joining me. And I will tell you, I got some possibly big news coming up. I'm going to have a couple new razors soon. I have a bunch of razors that I have yet to show any of you have yet to see. And I'll tell you what, I am so excited to bring them to the channel. Got some super old razors, some of the very first out there among the Gillettes. And they're just great. They cleaned up. I got them today. I cleaned them up. They look super sharp, look super nice, and I'm so excited to have them in my collection. And I promise that I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks I can give you guys all a den tour, okay? It might be a little bit longer because I got to send one of mine out to be tuned up. But you know what? I might do the den tour before I send it to be tuned up because it needs a recrimp. It's an ultra rare razor. It's right up there along lines of the, like the toggles and stuff. I have a couple of those. My toggle's out being currently worked on, replated and retuned. Yeah, I guess I didn't know that I told you, maybe, because I didn't give you a tour. But I do have a toggle. I have a gold toggle. I don't have, a rhodium one or anything along those lines, but I do have a toggle. So that's out being replated and retuned, and I can't wait to actually show you that once it gets on my channel. Because to be honest with you, none of my friends have really even seen that razor either. So we're waiting on that. So again, thank you. Stay classy. Have a nice evening.